My guest today is Todd Camp, a local historian and founder of Yesterqueer. So Todd, you lead history discussions on gay history at bars like Liberty Lounge here. How did this idea start?
It actually goes back to the days when I was running the Fort Worth Gay and Lesbian International Film Festival called Q Cinema, and I got this idea to start doing something to preserve and protect our history. And I began collecting items about Tarrant County gay history, particularly the bar scene. I was kind of interested in what was going on in the nightclubs, but it was really during COVID that it kind of took off. I had started a Facebook group to discuss gay issues, and during COVID, when we were all a little bored and crazy, I started posting a little more regularly and sharing items from my personal collection, and I saw the group basically just start to explode, and a lot more people got involved and were interested. And so when COVID lifted, I reached out to my friend Jenna Hill, who was running Liberty Lounge, and I said, hey, I'd like to try maybe do a happy hour and see if this thing has legs.
Okay, cool. And it's very casual. You kind of jokingly said it's a little bit like drunk history. It's just people are drinking and they're learning from each other, and you're kind of starting conversations about history. But you have some folks that are maybe older and they kind of share some history as well. So it's kind of
absolutely. And again, it's like the gay history happy hour is just part of what we do. I mean, the larger purpose is that we are here to protect and save our personal history, and also to share the stories and with not only the people in our community but the community at large. So we are building an archive of material, including old publications, everything from hats, t-shirts, buttons, all kinds of things. I'm trying to collect as much stuff as possible, the things that people chuck in the trash when they're cleaning out the garage, and say, hey, don't do that, give it to us, we'll protect it. Even if you want to keep it, we'll photograph it and return it to you, as long as it's digitally saved, so that we have some kind of story. And yeah, I have been interested in getting older people who are around to tell me parts of the story that I don't know. I mean, I came out in '91, so Fort Worth has had an active, thriving gay community since the '70s, and an underground one since the '50s and before. So
wow. Cool. So you have an event on June 21st here at Liberty Lounge, and your guest is going to be Glenda Gardner. Tell us about her.
Glenda is an old school community leader and archivist. So she started doing what I'm doing now. She started archiving materials about the gay community way back in the day, dating all the way back to the beginning of Pride. And Glenda and I met through several friends, and I had been trying to reach out to her and find out what she had, because when she had me, when you said the word archivist, I was like, oh my gosh. So Glenda has loaned me very graciously her personal collection of stuff, and I'm in the process of photographing it and documenting it and saving it for others. And so I'm thrilled that she's going to be my guest to talk a little bit about Raina Lee.
Yeah, tell us about Raina.
Raina was, I called her the mother of Pride. Raina Lee was, it's actually the alter ego of Gary Taylor. It was his drag persona. And Raina, shortly after the Stonewall riots began in 1969, which kicked off the gay rights movement, Raina began hosting parties at her house, and then eventually one of the local parks at Trinity Park. And in 1982, she hosted the first official Gay Pride picnic, and that kicked off the formation of Gay Pride Association, and so they've been holding events ever since 1982. So we are in our 40 plus years now. Now we have 2 Pride organizations in Tarrant County, which is awesome. So.
Well, that's all important Fort Worth history. If folks want to learn more, what's your website and social media?
We are at yesterqueerfw.com, where we've also got a private Facebook group. We have an Instagram and a YouTube page.
Okay, cool.
Follow us on all of those.
And you guys do events throughout the year, so not just this June 21st event, but you can follow them and come out to your favorite bar and learn some history and talk to Todd here. He's a wealth of knowledge, and we appreciate everything you do. Just real quickly, it's a big question, but we're in Pride Month, and Texas is not a friendly state, at least as far as politicians go, to the queer community. But as a historian, how would you describe where we're at right now with the fight for gay rights?
I think there's a lot of concern right now within the community. We've seen a lot of really open, naked attacks on particularly trans members of our community. So I think there is some concern, but we've had some amazing events. I just went to Arlington Pride. This is only their second year. It was one of the biggest Pride celebrations in Tarrant County I've ever seen. And yes, there were more protesters, but there were more people out than ever before. So I think the folks who are putting on Pride events, they are taking care of everything. They're making sure everybody is safe and they're protected. So I think people should come out and enjoy and be proud, because that's the way we win.
All right, Todd. Well, hey, thanks for your time, and folks, follow this group and come out June 21st to Liberty Lounge.